Deanna here, and thanks so much for being here. So today's video, I'm gonna go ahead and do a quick December wrap-up of all the books that I read in December. So December, last month of the year, saying goodbye to 2022. So this was it. This is the last bit that I used for this reading journal, and I didn't really have too much that I had planned. If you watched my November video, you might have seen that November was a very chill month, very relaxed month. Didn't even set up my December cover page until a couple days into December. So really this wasn't even ready for at the end of November, so this is going to be the first reveal of what it looks like. So I just add very cozy vibes. I had some stickers from like a cozy pack, so I just, as you can see, very cozy vibes going on, just trying to keep very warm in December. I didn't go the route of like any holidays or anything like that. I just went like December reminds me that I need to start, the month gets colder, so you guys start thinking about your winter wear and just staying cozy and warm and snuggly. So that's kind of more the vibe I went with. So I went ahead and started as well in December. I did a couple different pages where I have a video where I did my DNF list. So if you want to check that out, it's all of my DNFs for 2022 and why. Some of these are on here because maybe the year it's just over now and I just didn't get to them, and some of them are going to be because I just really wasn't enjoying the book. So that was my DNF list. For more details, check out that video. And then I had my top 5 favorite reads and my least favorite reads of the year from this reading journal, and I had them all on here. Some really good fun ones, a lot of emotions, and then some that I just did not enjoy. So we had that to kind of round out 2022 for December. And then I got into my book club read. Our book club had a few reads that were available to choose, and I actually put forward one because it was on my list of what I wanted to read and I'd never gotten to it, and that was The Girl Who Fell Beneath the Sea. So we've got this by Axio, and I have not done a video yet on this to kind of share my thoughts, but I did really enjoy this one, and spoiler alert, I gave it 5 stars because I just really enjoyed it. It had very much like Ghibli kind of, Studio Ghibli kind of feel, kind of vibes to it, with a girl who very much falls into like a spirit realm. So I have heard it very much compared to Spirited Away, the anime, with the girl going into the spirit realm as well. So very much those kind of vibes, and I just kind of used some of the December to kind of keep it tied in, but then also some of the themes from the book. So I just had a nice fun, I like the way the title turned out. I think it looks pretty with my handwriting that I did, my hand lettering, and the way that I just layered it as well. So just a very pretty book that it was. I really enjoyed it, and I'll have more details later when I do an actual review of the book, but it was a good read and I enjoyed it. And then I had next on my list my other book that I read, going with the holiday theme, and I read this very close to Christmas, was by Rianne Thane, Season of Wonder. So I ended up using a Christmas card. I ended up using a Christmas card, or a couple Christmas cards that I had, some older Christmas cards, and sometimes I don't know what to do with Christmas cards because, you know, part of you wants to keep some of it to keep that memory of who sent it and stuff like that, and part of you like just feels bad. Part of me feels bad throwing out Christmas cards. So what I did is I just took some of the cards that I've gotten and I kind of took little elements from them, especially since this was a very much, this book here by Rianne was very much like your cozy kind of Christmas read, kind of had Hallmark vibes, you know, girl goes to small town and meets handsome man and falls in love. Like, it's very much a romance in that way. And so I kind of had that where it's like your little cozy town and just Christmas things, and there's even like a parade that happens and stuff. So I took some of that and just thought that this was fitting, and I thought it looked really cute on the page. I took like the little snowflakes from it, everything. I just think it turned out really cute. So that was my book of Season of Wonder. And for a sweet, cozy romance, honestly, it wasn't very like Harlequin-like or anything where it's very steamy or anything. There was literally like nothing in regards to like no sex scenes or anything. I don't even think they like barely, well, they did kiss a couple times, but don't want to spoil anything too much. Just that it's a woman who is kind of on the run, trying to make a better life for her and her daughters, comes to this small town, is trying to fit in, but also trying to keep herself guarded because she's been hurt. And you've got the hunky man who ends up he's a police officer, and he ends up catching the main character's teenage daughter and doing something, and because she has a troubled teenage daughter, and we just have some romance spark from that when he has to kind of give some consequences to the teenage daughter, and it all kind of comes out from that and them getting closer, the mother and the police officer, and it goes from there. So it was a sweet little romance, and there was of course some frustrations, but this isn't a full review. This is just a bit of what this book was about. Again, I will post a full review in a later date. I haven't recorded any reviews this month for December yet. I've just finished reading this one literally like around Christmas. This was very much a Christmas read. And then the last book that I read that I don't even have my copy of anymore, I ordered it, I read it so quickly, I read it in a day, and then I gave it to my mother-in-law when she came and visited for Christmas, because we share books sometimes. And that was A Curse So Dark and Lonely. So this one I kept very simple because, you know, as the title would suggest, it's very dark and lonely. We've got the woods going on because there's a lot of woods in play. And this one was essentially a retelling of Beauty and the Beast in like a new kind of modern, unique kind of way, but very much fantasy and magic tied in as well. So there was an interesting read. This one was my last book that I read of 2022. It was a dual point of view. Again, I will have an actual review out at a later date, but for this one, I just finished this one up. Yeah, it's like the dual point of view. Again, I don't have a review for this one. I don't even have this book to show you, but I'll put it up on screen. And this one was my last book read of 2022. And it was something that was very quick, very easy to read. So I will have a review at some point for this one. But those were the only books, the 3 books I read in December. So December was more focused on kind of reflection on what had I read, like my DNFs, kind of getting a sense of like looking back and seeing. And then I had my best and worst reads as well. So I focused more on that. And for reading, I've also been in the progress of reading The Choice by Nora Roberts, so that's been taking up some of my time too, and then just Christmas and stuff like that, and just relaxing and enjoying changes that are happening behind the scenes in my house. So very much just another kind of not super crazy month, but a month where I just really just had those 3 books, and that was it. So I had a 5-star and 2 4-stars. And that was kind of it for my December 2022. Nothing too crazy about it, but that was my wrap up of all the books that I read in December and kind of what was going on with my reading in December of 2022. So that's it. Here's to a new year. I did start a brand new reading journal in Scribbles That Matter journal that I have because I just really wanted something fresh. I've got 6 months worth of books in here, so I really didn't want to because I only have a few pages left. I did not want to start another year in here and then only have room for maybe a couple months, so I went ahead and just started fresh. And we'll use these for probably scrap paper and stuff like that as I move through, which I already used some of it in my new. So I'll show a little sneak peek of my January. So for my January, I do have the pretty reflective gold, which I love because I even had stickers where I could spell out January 2023. And I've got the polka dots, and then the opposite polka dots, which I thought was kind of cool. So there we go. That's my January, all ready to be used for any January read. So possibly The Choice will be the first one in here. I don't know yet. It is a trilogy, so that would be interesting to maybe put all of them in here. But this is it. And so I will keep you guys posted on that journal as I go, and I'm gonna have another video where I'm gonna go through all of my months. So if you want to see a full walkthrough, flip through of my 2022 reading journal that I have, then go ahead and check that out. But for now, that is it. That is my December reading journal. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, give it a thumbs up. I wish you a very happy new year. I hope that everything is very wonderful and 2023 gets us off in a nice, happy way with lots of good intentions and lots of prosperity and joy and happiness and just good things to come. So that's going to be it for me. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, night, evening, whatever time it is, wherever you are. Thank you so much for being here. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time. Bye!